What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of B is for Build. In today's episode, I'm bound and determined to get a new key. I lost it. I should be the one that figures out the replacement. We'll get a new key, start the thing up, see how it sounds with the new exhaust, drive it around with the new tires, start on the roll cage. Sounds like a good laundry list of things to do. Stay tuned. On the hunt for the mysterious key replacement. I've been told by this company that's over here and then over there that they will be able to make me a new key. I don't have a lot of faith because no one's been able to make us a new key, but I'm gonna try. All right, here we go. Big yellow key building. I forgot my paperwork. All right, we have ourselves a key. No idea if it's gonna work. The guys in there acted like it was straight up rocket science to make a new key, but then as soon as they started making it, it was really easy. So let's get back to the shop and see if this thing starts the Corvette. And then put it on a really big keychain that I won't lose. Well, I was trying this off film and unfortunately we got no turn in the key. It won't click over either way. Camera won't focus on it either, but you know. So I'm back to the key store. I'm going back. The steering wheel is not locked, which is kind of weird in this car. You can totally move the steering wheel either way, but I pushed the clutch in. I've tried, you know, I've made sure it's in neutral. I've tried everything I can. We got nothing. So unfortunately my pessimism is worthy. I'm gonna head to the key store, see what they say. All right, we got ourselves a new key cut for free. Let's head back to the shop and try it out. All right, back with the new key. Now the last key had some real significant errors in the cutting, which made it, there's real reasons why it wouldn't work. Now, we don't know. I don't know yet. If this turns though, I feel bad for starting the car without Eric here, but I definitely want to hear how it sounds. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Get ready, boys, here we go. Oh, no, there's not enough power. All right, guys, it's a new day. I have a big update for you, and it does involve some news about the key. But before we get to that, I want to take a second out to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by PokerStars Play. PokerStars Play is a Texas Hold'em app. Now, if you guys don't play poker, you've never played poker, I highly recommend it. I've played over 1 million hands of poker in my life. When I was younger, I took a break from my software job, and I played poker professionally for 4 years. Here's a picture of Chris back when I was 21 years old at the World Series of Poker main event. That was a really good time in my life. I had a lot of fun, and I played poker specifically on PokerStars software. So we're back. We're talking about their mobile app. This is a play money mobile app, so you don't have to have any real money to bet. You can download the app for free and play on there. It's got a great interface. You can jump into quick little sit and go, they call them a sit and spin style tournaments with just a few people. It doesn't take up too much time. You can play on your lunch break, play after work. I highly recommend it, guys. I've played so much poker in my life, but I started, I was interested, I saw it on TV, I wanted to learn how to play, and I sat down and my mom and I used to just play poker, you know, during the day with Play Money on PokerStars. So I think it can be a great little bonding experience. And then when you head out with your buddies and maybe you grow up and people sit down at a poker table, you know how to play the game. You can sit down and join them and have a good time. You'll learn all the rules, you'll learn betting strategies, you'll learn tournament structure. Great stuff. It's a great app, and I've been playing it a lot. I'm already on level 6. Let's see how far you guys can get. I got plenty of wins under my belt. Join me on there, hit the link in the description, and get PokerStars Play today. All right, let's get down to our update. Okay guys, big update. First thing, it's not the same day anymore. It's the next day. We wasted that entire day fiddling with key stuff, and here's what I can tell you. We got a new key made. It goes into the ignition, it turns over, but it does not try and start the car. We're not sending a signal down to the starter to start it, so we believe it has to do with the security. We've went through a lot of different troubleshooting of a lot of different things, and it comes down to the resistor inside the key. We believe it has the wrong resistor. So Eric is going to attempt to hotwire the resistor, so then it would just basically operate on the key alone, which we know is cut correctly. So that's what Eric's going to go ahead and do. He's got every possible resistor. I think there's 15 possibilities, and he's going to go ahead and try testing each one of those 15 possibilities, and if one works, then the car will start. That's it. Our whole day is leaning on this. We also have Tate from the Gambler 500 coming out. He's going to explain kind of what the Gambler is in a couple minutes, so look forward to that. guys, we got Tate here from the Gambler 500. We're gonna sit down and ask him a couple questions about the Gambler. Kind of, I know what it is, but I want to share with you guys what it is and maybe try and convince a few of you guys to come join us. All right, guys, so we're here with Tate of the Gambler 500. Now, a lot of you guys have commented like what the Gambler is about, that you guys are wondering, you know, what are we doing? And now, I'll be honest, I knew kind of what we were doing, but I was more excited about just building crazy cars, knowing that there was a challenge ahead of us, but I don't even know all the details. So we're just gonna sit down, we're gonna have a bit of a talk, and I'm going to edit through it and just edit in all the stuff that I see that's important. So, Gambler, the basics of it, I mean, it all started with, the Gambler is a 500 because it used to be kind of a $500 500 miler.
Yeah, exactly. We started out by a car that's around 500 bucks, but we started with just a bunch of friends, so we didn't really care about rules at all at that point. And then, yeah, you get about 500 miles out there. The Gambler part is you know, you're gambling on if your car's gonna make it.
Yeah.
You're gambling if you took the right road or not. So we're like a navigation rally. It's definitely not a race. It's not a time distance rally either. You're actually just trying to find waypoints out on the map and doing it like with the most off-road as possible.
Right, okay, so about that, you say the most off-road as possible. Now, I saw in some other videos there seemed to be like a level 1 off-road, a level 2 off-road, a level 3 off. Is that going to be the same this year?
Yeah, so we're kind of changing the format a little bit. Last year we had specific waypoints you kind of choose from. This year we are moving the camp down to 2 nights, so we actually have a loop that you can go do and kind of, and then you also have an option with the Unpaved app to actually come in from wherever you want. As long as you're taking the highest percentage of off-road, then we can then rank everyone to see who took the most off-road possible. So that app is called Unpaved. You can download for iOS only. That's
awesome. So, for the BS for builders out there, where are we meeting?
So for you guys, really,
the inside track. He told me that there was like a cool spot that we were.
There's a little bit, and actually that's just for the BS for builders, because you still got time. You can go buy a stock to it. You don't have to.
We will talk about that.
Like
yeah,
this.
we will talk about that.
But there's on the old waypoints. There's a common start waypoint. It's down in 12, and it's actually the corner saloon.
Okay.
And so people are going to be rolling out of there Friday and Saturday, and taking some of the old routes. But what you could also do too is meet there and then head straight down to Lebanon. And then they're gonna have basically a set of waypoints and stuff too. So if you're more comfortable,
Friday's like the extra day that we're doing this year, right?
Yeah, I wanted to have people have the chance to gamble for 3 days if they want, or come straight to camp and set up.
That's what we're doing, 3 days.
All right, 3 days. Yeah, start on Friday. If you guys wanted to set something up and leave from of the corner saloon, stop by Feckin on the way down to Lebanon, and then at Lebanon they've got a list of like kind of coordinates and a route and stuff that you can take a picture of and get off on your adventure, hit to Schmolt, and then we have a bunch of other stuff for you to do down there.
So if you're following with us, if you're rolling with us, that's the game plan. And what Tate was talking about earlier is there is definitely still time from the day that this episode airs. I mean, you see us, we wasted a lot of money. I mean, we're definitely in the highest percentile of people that are wasting money, except for the guys that are building these crazy military vehicle, tank style things. But you know, a lot of the spirit of this has started as a $500 thing. Every year prior to this, we've always built, so this is our first year doing the Gambler, but we've done other $500 car challenges. So my pitch to you guys is if you're watching, you want to come join us, look for a car on Craigslist, maybe look for a car at auction, borrow a friend's car.
Maybe you already have a Geo Metro.
Maybe you got something broken
Mom's
down.
minivan.
Paint it, duct tape it, theme it, get a costume, have fun with it. I mean, the main rule is have fun.
Have fun, be safe, carry fire extinguisher, be smart. Also, just so you know, I mean, as I'm sure you understand, Chris knows, is that when you put big tires on a car that wasn't made for big tires, it actually becomes less reliable. So at the end of the day, if you bring a Toyota Corolla out, you might see him stranded on the side of the road. You have 2 back seats there, put him in the back.
Yeah, actually that's why we did 2 cars this year. This is supposed to be the recovery car for that one. When the Mercedes folds in half, Eric's supposed to pull me out with this car, but we'll see.
They're both beautiful.
So that's it, guys. That's the Gambler. It starts July 12th if you're doing the bonus day?
No, 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Oh, 13th, 14th.
Friday the 13th.
Hey, we just got an extra day to build, guys. Friday the 13th sounds like the perfect day to break down. Damn it. Okay, Friday the 13th is the day we're starting, and I'll put up some more information about where exactly we're starting when we get closer to it. But thanks for coming out, Tate.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm stoked.
All right, that's a wrap. All right, so here's the deal. The resistor thing kind of didn't work, kind of did work. Now we tried a VAT reset ECU magic 30 minutes of whatever. Eric, start the thing up.
See.
Here we go. It's gonna work. Oh!
Yeah!
Yes! We got it to work.
Dude,
that's a good exhaust. Give a little rip. Yeah, you can see the smoke out the back. Well, that's fantastic news. We literally spent like 2 days trying to figure that out. What it was is once we unplugged the ECU, it needed to relearn the resistance that the car like kind of always wanted. So there's a 30-minute reset procedure that we had to do with the right amount of resistance in there. So we now have a working key, working resistance. Everything's working, car starting. That's great. Now Eric's gonna get started on a little bit of roll cage action before we wrap up the day.
Yep.
You guys are seeing this after the 4th, but today's the 4th and we gotta go blow some stuff up before too long here, but let's get started on the roll cage. All right, now that we know that the car starts, Eric has broken ground on the roll cage. We're gonna cut out a chunk from right here on both sides. Eric, we're gonna what? Clean it up, and then that's where we're gonna weld in the main hoops. So we're gonna cut, clean, and then we gotta try and build the main hoop. And Eric, I've said this before, but I'll be very impressed if we get that part done today. Very impressed. It's not gonna be easy. We got a new tubing bender, pretty hard setup. Let's see if we can get it done. I'm gonna interrupt Eric's time lapse here to show you guys our new tubing bender. This is something that we got for the shop. This is a really budget tubing bender setup, and we're gonna try it out. And then it's one of those things that we're gonna try it out with the budget, and then I'll let you guys know how it performs. This is we only got one set of dies. They're for 1 3/4 inch tubing, which is what we have for the roll cage of the Vette cart, and it's also what we're using on the 240Z. So Eric will give it a shot. We'll see how it works, and if it performs well, let you know if we recommend it or not.
Our main hoop is made. That bender worked surprisingly well for what it was. We were able to get our bends exactly how we needed them. For our overall height, we ended up going with about 40 inches, which per NHRA rules is about 3 inches higher than the driver's head with a helmet on. So my head sits about here, and this bar is we're gonna lean it forward a little bit. Obviously it's not tacked or welded in yet because that's going to go right there. So this is going to be leaning forward a little bit more. Chris is going to help me hold that up while I weld it in. So that's going to be sitting about 3 to 4 inches above my head while I'm sitting in the seat. And then it's going to be raked back a little bit, and then we're going to have our halo hoop go around here, and then we're going to have an A-pillar bar here, a crossbar down here, and then a couple supports going from there to there. So I'm pretty excited to get this thing in and see how it looks. Our roll cage main hoop is in, and it looks good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I only set the car on fire a couple times. So you can see it's a little bit wider on top, and then it kind of angles down back into the frame rails. This is gonna allow us to kind of have a little bit more mounting options from here down to here and miss our exhaust. As well as we're kind of gonna do an EXO style around the front windscreen here. So this way we can do a pipe coming here along the outside right here, and it's not gonna be all angled funny. So that is by design. So it is gonna be a little bit wider on top than on the bottom. Again, we ended up doing about 41 inches in height, and then we're at about 55 to 57 inches from over here to here. So if you want to build a main hoop, that's about what we did. And then our bender used about a 7 to 8 inch radius bend. And I think that turned out damn near perfect. So super happy with how it's looking. Now we have to start working on our other supports, on our other crossbars.
All right, guys, well, fast forward with me, if you will, forward a couple days later. That was filmed on the 4th of July. It's clearly not the 4th of July. What happened was shortly after filming that, I actually had to go to the hospital because my body decided to start trying to pee out rocks. I have kidney stones, and it's a very extremely painful thing, and so I had to go to the hospital to get some painkillers, so I've kind of been on bed rest and just nomming down my painkillers so I'm not in pain. But when I'm on those things, I can't drive or operate any you know, power tools or anything like that. So I'm kind of just I'm kind of chilling until I pee out a rock. So that's the really weird life update, but I'm very grateful that that it's nothing worse, and I'm also really grateful that we have Eric. And if I for some reason am on bed rest for a little bit longer than I planned, which it shouldn't be long now, I can feel this rock getting through my body. Eric can continue on, you know, essentially without me, and so we're not going to risk really missing any of our gambler deadlines or anything else like that. So that's the life update. We had a great day on this day. I mean, getting the Corvette running and getting the roll cage started. Eric and I are both really excited to get back onto the roll cage. So we'll be out there. Basically, you know, we'll be out there as soon as we can, and we'll get back on it. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Huge thanks to PokerStars Play for sponsoring this episode, guys. Hit the link in the description, and just thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the kind messages on Instagram and everything else like that. And if you guys do always want to stay up to date with what's going on in the background, Instagram's probably the place to find it nowadays. So thanks to everybody. Thanks so much, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.